Every summer, I need all the help I can get with outfit ideas because the warm weather kind of sucks for fashion, in my opinion. However, after scouring the internet for the past few days, I found some incredible outfits to wear in the sun. Basically, I want to look like these guys this summer, and hopefully they'll give you some inspiration if you're also struggling for ideas. So I'll go through each outfit in detail, let you know where all the pieces are from, and I'll also leave links to them down in the description box below in case you want to try them out for yourself. Something that's been really catching my eye recently is soft tailoring. I've always been interested in blazers and suiting, but never knew where to start. That's until I saw these photos from Buck Mason's latest drop. This is their lightweight seersucker carry-on suit, and I am totally obsessed with it. Now this is going to sound like a sponsored segment, but it honestly isn't. I just really like the look of these pieces. First and foremost, I just love the casual but very mature vibe it gives off. You could definitely wear this with a button-up and derbies every day to the office, but just as easily dress it down with a t-shirt and some sneakers to wear it casually. Both the jacket and the pants are made from a 5-ounce Japanese cotton seersucker, so they're quite thin and lightweight, plus the rippled seersucker fabric is going to wick moisture away and encourage airflow to keep you cool. They come in a few different colours. I really like the brown, but the natural colour is going to be amazing for summer as well. The jacket is completely unlined and unstructured, so it's going to drape really nicely over the body. More like a casual jacket than a suit blazer, which just adds to that overall comfort and relaxed look. The trousers are called the Romeo pant, and although they are clearly designed to be worn with the carry-on jacket, you could just as easily wear them on their own and mix them up with a different jacket or sweater, for example. They're a straight leg with a mid-rise, and they have those all-important front pleats, which just makes them stand out a bit more. The stretchy waistband ensures they're going to be super comfortable as well. Pairing this suit with some black loafers would be the way to go in my opinion. I can't recommend the Bridlin ones enough. I went into detail about those in last week's video, so feel free to check that out. Overall, this just looks like a great way to dress for summer without going down the typical shorts and t-shirt route. Alright, next up, when I do these outfits videos, there always seems to be at least one that's a bit controversial. And that's definitely what this next one is. People will either love it or hate it. It's the mixture, or some might even say clash, of formal and casual style, with the leather shiny loafers and sporty shorts. Another way you'll hear this termed is juxtaposition or wrong shoe theory. I do have a suspicion in a few years' time, this is the type of outfit we might look back on and say, what were we thinking? And some of you may already be thinking that. But here and now, it looks good in my opinion. And it's very easy to pull together. First up on feet are a pair of penny loafers. I'm not sure which exact ones he's wearing, but my standard recommendation at the moment is the Bridlins. They're Goodyear welted, made with some of the best materials you can find, and at a very reasonable price. And they will get you this exact look. Plain white socks, just go straight to Uniqlo and pick up a few. I've had mine for years and they've held up really well. The shorts could honestly be any pair of Adidas shorts, new or old. The Adidas Adicolor Sprinter shorts would be a great choice in my opinion. They have a slightly shorter length than regular shorts and a nice relaxed fit. Even if you're not trying to pull off this look, these shorts would probably be a great pickup for summer in general. They can be worn with pretty much anything. For the tank, I'd be going to Uniqlo again and picking up one of their ribbed knit vests. It's lightweight without being see-through and doesn't look like a pajama top. For the check shirt, I'd be very surprised if it wasn't vintage. I recently picked up a very similar looking vintage shirt from Ralph Lauren. Again, if you watched my recent pickups video, you'll have seen I'm obsessed with them at the moment. Such good value and so easy to find. Just search for a brown check Ralph Lauren shirt. Overall, I know it might get some hate, and I can understand it, but I do think this is a nice 2025 summer look. Alright, next up is a bit of an echo of my recent summer pickups video. And I'm basically calling this Tom Selleck core, or stuff your dad wore in the 90s. 90s Tom Selleck is the embodiment of how to dress well in summer, in my opinion. He had loads of iconic looks, but these are the ones I'll be concentrating on today. It's not just one outfit, it's more of an overall style inspiration. Although some of the individual pieces changed, he more or less stuck to the same formula. And it always started with a pair of boat shoes or deck shoes. The ones he seemed to wear a lot were suede. Sebago do some similar ones, as do Vinnie's, which I've heard a lot of good things about. These shoes are super popular again at the moment, and it's no surprise, they give off the ultimate summer look. On bottom he always went with short shorts, hitting around mid-thigh. Although he's tall, you can tell he deliberately went for these shorter shorts. They were also often pleated, and so that makes me think they could very well be the Ralph Lauren Andrew shorts that I talked about recently. They fit the time period and they have a similar look and fit. His tops were often some sort of relaxed button up, tucked in at the waist. Again, vintage Ralph Lauren is a great place to start with this look. I've been picking up a lot of them recently and they're a no regrets purchase. Affordable, well made, and will never go out of style. Another option would be a vintage Hawaiian or Aloha shirt. They're extremely easy to find on eBay for an affordable price. I would just make sure to go for a silk one rather than rayon or polyester. Another thing Selleck often did was to finish off with a baseball cap on top. This just seems so ahead of its time. Okay, it's probably the costume designer's choice and not his, but still, it seems like such a modern look when you put it all together. And I think that speaks to how timeless his whole style was. You could easily wear his outfits today and not look out of place at all. In fact, you'd probably be one of the best dressed in the room. If all else fails and none of this interests you, then here's your reminder that all you really need is a simple t-shirt and shorts. You definitely don't need to overthink it like I have. You can still elevate the look by adding a bit of personal style like this guy has. He's got a band t-shirt on top, just replace this with anything you personally like. Could be something vintage or a team jersey. He's got a studded belt which is super popular right now and fits in with the overall edgy look. I personally love the one Our Legacy have out at the moment, it's very similar. On bottom he has the camo print cargo shorts, which you just don't see very much of these days, but he's pulling them off very nicely. You could probably pick these up new from somewhere, but to be honest, I would just chuck a quick search into eBay for some vintage ones. There'll be tons to choose from at a cheap price, and you may be able to find a nicely faded pair which would work really well. And then of course, what else would there be on feet than a pair of loafers? 2025's favourite shoe. Those are tassel loafers, which adds a bit of extra interest. You can get those from Doc Martens or Solivere. But actually, speaking of those two, I think this could work really well with a pair of classic derby boots from them as well. They'd fit in with the overall vibe, and it would be a good excuse to wear boots in the summer. Or if you want to be super hype and on trend, the Dries Van Noten suede sneakers would also work extremely well here, in my opinion. Overall, it's just an unbelievably simple outfit, but sometimes that's all you really need in the summer. So there's some solid inspiration of what to wear this summer. These kinds of fits are making me truly excited to start building my warm weather wardrobe this year. Let me know what you guys think. Are these inspiring you as well, or do you have something else in mind? Anyway, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Ta-ra.